as soon as I saw Dong Ki-young's fresh from the military's face on the photography for Dynamite Kiss, I threw this drama on my watch list at breakneck speed. Thank you for listening to Arak Sedang, or if you're listening on YouTube, Arak Sedang Extras. Guys, I love the way that Arak Sedang Extras plays out in my username on YouTube because it's spelled at Arsextras. Isn't that great, guys? I love that. Dynamite Kiss. Yeah. I was like I always am with each and every drama that I watch. I'm watching it like a damn documentary, y'all. Come on now. You know, my romance heads out there. Y'all know how we get done. I think we are the red-headed stepchildren of the drama watching world because I look at all these comments all the time. Some are everywhere at all times since drama viewing is my, can I say profession a little bit right here? But I mean, it's the most peculiar phenomenon ever in the world where you will have a person say something like, they didn't kiss, or the alchemy isn't there, or whatever the legitimate romance complaint is. And you will get people that will jump all over that and say something like, that's not what this drama is about. Baby, and the first tag is romance. Are you for real right now? Y'all, come on. So I'm watching episode 1. And actually, let me scoot back a little bit. Shout out to MK916. I typically do not shout people out on this podcast, but I'm going to shout this out. And it's only going to take you a few seconds to find out if you go over to her channel on YouTube, because she did a fan edit of Amidst a Snowstorm of Love. Now, you guys that are the OGs of Idoc Sarang know that I absolutely am crazy for that drama. Everything about that drama I love. I just can't move on. I don't want to move on. And her edit is beautiful. It truly is. But I was on her channel and I said, Adak Sarang, you have got some great taste. How did I know I had great taste? Because of the confirmation that I saw when MK916 had in one of her posts, hey, if you want a cute, fun drama, go ahead over there and watch Dynamite Kiss. Now, Dynamite Kiss was already in the workings for me. But when I read her description, that's a cute little, something to watch, I thought to myself, oh man, here we go. It's one of those, and you can kind of tell from the photography that it might be in rom-com zone. Y'all, I don't want no rom-com, baby. I want you to be, it's not so much that I want slice of life or anything close to that. I just like the fantastical, but I do like it to be serious love, y'all. Like, come on. Amidst the Snowstorm of Love, they may have had a few, moments where they lacked a little self-awareness and maybe could have been comical or something. But baby, wasn't nothing funny about what happened in that drama. And it was absolutely, it is tear-inducing how good that is. So I don't like rom-coms, y'all. And then add on top of, so, okay, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So, go over to MK916 and look at anything on her. She is perfection. That's just bar none. So I think that I started to get ahead of myself And I said, you know what? This is already aired. The first 2 episodes have already been uploaded. So what I'm going to do is I am going to go and do what you should never do. I'm going to go look at the reviews and see what everybody's saying. And I did. And there was one person in the comments that said something that I really should be saving for my next video, my next podcast, but I'll share a little bit here. They were alluding to, let's just say, a drama where there wasn't the type of romance they wanted. And somebody jumped the hole down their throat for it. And I was like, wow. And I thought I was finished with that thread until I got to the bottom of the thread. And somebody said, but Dynamite kiss though. And that same person who was like, ain't no romance in this. They was like, I know. And there were just emojis and explosions and fireworks inside of this comment. I said, OMG. This is my confirmation. This is why you always obey the drama gods. Now, they all different. It's not just like one drama god, but there's always just like, that one comment that tips you over the edge of decision or will make your mind up for you, baby, because it made my mind up for me. Now, I was already going to watch it, but I was going to watch it like a damn, like a scientist. I got a lab coat on. I got some goggles. I got a few pencils in my pocket. I got a legal pad. I'm just writing, I don't write, guys. I don't script this, but this is what I'm saying. These dramas have become so dispassionate for me, baby, that I'm not watching it good, because ain't nothing good happening. Don't get it twisted. Everybody looks fantastic, but you know what I'm saying. Your average, everyday drama. So I go into the drama. I'm watching episode 1. Now, I already got the promise of some heat. So when we get to the end of episode 1, and spoiler alert, if you don't want to know any of this, then now's your chance. But I may reveal some things that I do think is worth you getting it on your own. But for the sake of the fact that I may spoil some of this, I'm giving you a warning shot. Okay, now that you have your warning shot, we get to the end of episode 1. And they kiss. Okay? Now, I did tell you it was a spoiler, so you can't be mad at me for saying this. They're kissing. And I'm thinking, okay. And I'm like, okay, but this is all angles. And you know what I'm talking about with all angles? Like, hella far away. I'm looking at his shoulder on one shot, her shoulder on the other shot, but no lips. I'm like, hold on. Because I know. There are some that are, but when it comes to Jang Ki-young, he is not, as, let's say, it seems like everything I want to say is going to spoil my future episodes, but let's just say he's no Wookie Ditanguk, who is known for literally killing your ass via a kiss. He's not necessarily known for that, but he do put that shit on you, and he shy. He gonna show you what the fuck he doing. And it seems like the directors want us to see it. So when I see all these fucking shoulders and these angles and these, pans out, can you pan out, baby, or pan in? They definitely didn't pan in. They panned out. And I was like, damn, this is the state of dramas right now. For real. The state of dramas right now is such that this shit right here is worthy of a motherfucking fireworks show in your comment. So I'm like, oh damn. But they did give a kiss in the first episode. So I chalked it up to that. I said, okay, maybe this is some progress. We've all seen the dramas where they promise to give us romance and we had to wait till the damn 12th episode or the 16th episode to get the kiss. So I'm like, okay, you do have to kind of give them a half a point for this. By the time I got to the end of the first episode, I really was kind of interested. And when I say kind of interested, plenty interested because of Uri, dear male lead. This, in case you did not know, is his first drama project after enlistment. And can I say here, this man looks exactly the same, if not a little bit better. I'm like, which one you go to? Which military did you go to? Was it the one where you get to manicure and stuff all day? Because he is shinier now than he was then. I'm like, okay, fine. We're going to go with this because every time I look at you and then every time you look at her, I'm feeling like, wow, okay, this might be doing some things. The love was insta, which I ain't got no problems with because y'all know how I do it. I don't mind if y'all come on the damn episode already loving each other for no reason and shit. So him falling in love instantly was a-okay with me, but I was genuinely interested, by the end of the first episode. So I continued to watch because one silver lining in these rom-coms that I don't know if you've noticed too, by the time you get, past a few of those initial episodes, the wacky quacky slapstick, let's be goofy and stuff, that wears off quite effectively. By the time you get to the middle of the damn drama, all that over the top stuff they was doing in the first couple episodes, it just fails miserably, or they've abandoned it altogether because usually by the middle of the episode they've introduced a damn serial killer or some shit. So like, how do you laugh when people are dying? So I go to the second episode and I'm pretty interested by now. I'm actually watching this. I'm watching this fake relationship develop. I'm watching her try to make her ex jealous. I am starting to see the charm of the ex. The ex has atypical handsomeness. He's rugged, and I get it. Baby, by the end of the first episode, I got all that damn, yes, I get it. Now, he ain't shiny like our male lead, but yes, I totally got it. And y'all know, Irax Sarang is kind of picky, but I ain't that picky. If you got it, I can see it. And I did. So I kept watching. When we move into the second episode, our plot has kind of, let's say, deepened, if we can say that. She is still needing to persist with this fake relationship with her male lead, but we've got the introduction of a brand new concept between these two, and that's the real date. He invites her to an actual date, and she can't believe her ears because, one of my cons is that she a little, they make the female lead a little too damn pathetic. They make her a little bit too much of a virgin. Baby, you can't be that much of a damn virgin with that first boyfriend you had, because he might be a piece of shite right now. I don't think anybody disagrees with that. But that piece of shite, you sure wasn't shy. Y'all was holding hands. Y'all was doing even more, because he wasn't just going to be sitting around looking dumb the whole time. He is dumb, but he wasn't going to be looking dumb. So they made her just a little more aloof than I like, and we all understand, how they take us through that torture. So when she's invited for the date, it has taken her aback, as if she ain't never seen a man, let alone had one. So they go on this date. He invites her to a yacht. And our male lead, if I have to give him a con, now, baby, the con is not for the actor himself, baby. The con is for the character, so don't get that twisted. But he is a little too, what can I say, y'all? Self-aware. He's a little too cocky a little bit. He's like, ooh, feel this. And she feels his muscle. And he's like, yeah, that's because I worked it out. And, just like, okay. And under other circumstances that aren't quite as dire, I'm sure this would turn her off from him, even though he's fine, because conceitedness plus absolute handsomeness it doesn't mix well. You can't have that much output with a face like that. So, but he does have a vulnerability to him that's charming, because at various times through their little yacht date, he's staring at her and he's doing it on the slick. When he falls in love with her, when they're picking up the ugly oranges. Don't y'all hate those? I don't like them oranges. Them oranges, or I don't like those. I think they make me have less of an appetite. But he's picking them up, and all she said was, wait right here. And he looked at her and fell in love. I'm like, boy, I love writing love stories. I'm actually a published author, and I try to make my love a little less sappy than that. But he was absolutely in love. But it is enthralling to watch a guy that looks like that act the way that he acts in love. But y'all, I'm not getting to the point. So let me do that now. She is so damn goofy. She looking at something and make, let me tell you what happened. So he's at like, y'all, I don't know nothing about boats, baby. I know it's an upper deck. I know it's a lower deck. Okay. So she's lower on the deck and he's upper on the deck. And he like, come up here and look at this water that looks exactly the same way it looks on the lower deck. So he's holding out his hand and she's looking at it like, OMG, I'm 30. My ex is a complete bastard, but I don't know how to touch a man's fingers. So for 30 seconds, I'm going to stare at you so hard that this boat is going to catch a wave or something and I'm going to lose my balance and not fall back onto the boat, which there was plenty of. I'm going to go overboard, baby. I'm going to go overboard. So you have to come in this water and get me and fish me out. That's what he did. He took her back inside to the lower deck, baby. The cabin. Is that it? The cabin where the bed was. Okay. Did you guys hear what I said? Now, y'all not understanding where I'm at because I thought that at the end of episode 1, that was it. That was all. Okay. So they in the room. Can you be in a motherfucking room with this? Can you be in a room with this guy by yourself, wet, with him staring down at you and resist putting your arms around his neck and doing what she did? Because that's exactly what she did. She put her arms around his neck and started to kiss him. She took his shirt off. Yes, she did. And then they got that shit almost, look, so then he lowers her to the bed and they commencing. And y'all, these kisses wasn't no motherfucking shoulders. I did see some shoulders. The shoulder didn't have no shirt on it, which was his. Okay. It was on. And y'all, these kisses were real. Like, they was real. And it's a good thing it wasn't a different male lead because he even tried with the tongue, because there are some male leads that are like, you know what? I'm not going to keep on playing all this hold my tongue back thing. There was no tongue because y'all know I am on the tongue duty. And if I see a piece of a tongue, I am going to tell y'all. Okay. So they getting it on and they getting it popping. He then she pulled his shirt off and dropped it to the floor. Nope, to the floor. Now, Lil John told us how to say flow. I don't even know why I'm acting like that shirt dropped to the floor. They are doing what they do. She's got I love it. Don't y'all love it in K-dramas when a woman wears a fucking sundress? The dress that you have to unbelt or something, because isn't it just like the sexiest thing when the male lead has to untie your whole he has to untie you, baby, to get there. Wow, I love that. So there was something about her damn shirt, y'all, or dress or something. She had a dress on that had one of those, tie me up at the collar things that he had to pull. And it's like, oh, I see y'all. I already know that the directors were like, you have to wear one of these shirts that you have to untie out of. So he pulled that, and this is all adding to this scene. I'm just asking. It is absolutely adding to this scene. And the male lead is just like, okay. So he's lowering her to the bed. They're on the bed. They're kissing for real. Like, do y'all know I will be fired on this shit? Because they'll be like, cut. I ain't heard nobody say cut. I really haven't even heard action either. Like, what do you do when you... Okay, so I ain't heard none of this. But he got her on the bed. He is going to... do what he does best. He is headed that direction. And she says, stop. Now, I'm just letting y'all know that all these innuendos and stuff are not going past me, baby. They don't go past me because I noticed all of that. And I just felt like, I have got to share that with you guys because this podcast is about love, love, love. My love of dramas, you love dramas, but even better, I literally want to find the love in a drama. And whenever I watch any drama out of any locale, I want to feel the love. It's just a fantasy, it's just a story, but nevertheless, these dramas are capable of doing some pretty awesome things when they're willing to do so. So, this drama, OMG, they had to stop. He only was able to go to the equator. Let's say that, baby. He was going to the equator. He wasn't going to the equator, baby. He was going to, like, Antarctica or whatever is at the bottom. He was going down there, but he had to stop when he got to the equator because she was like, we ain't took no shower yet. And he was looking at her like, okay, but if we're about to get dirty, I don't know what you mean by this. We can handle that after, but anyway, she was nervous, obviously, and had to kind of pump the brakes. Why? I don't know. She started this shit. You started and he'll finish it. But Jung So Min's doppelganger. Y'all, this her little sister. She might want to, I'm just asking. Just go down to the government office, check the registry. Cause girl, you have a long lost sister or something. Because y'all look too damn much alike. So much alike that you guys can play each other, like a double or something in a movie. You guys it's uncanny how much the female lead looks like Jung So Min. She just does, and I don't know why they look so much like. Her name is An Jin, and she's doing a really good job with what she's been given, and there was no doubt that Jung Kyung was going to do exactly what he is on here doing. But I wanted to make sure that I explicitly gave you the love in this drama. So let me tell you where it is. The first love, overt, obvious, is episode 1 at the end. You'll know exactly, the end, the last few minutes. And then in episode 2, the drama pops off at about the 26-minute and 58-second mark. You are welcome. Because don't you hate watching a drama and you're like, okay, where is the good part? Can you tell me that? And then I'll take care of the rest. I'll let that determine whether I need to go back and fill myself in retrospectively. For those who need that, yes, it is at the 26-minute mark in episode 2 when you get everything I just described to you. That happened to me, baby. It happened to me. But anyway, this drama is so absolutely worth watching. I mean, I don't know that it's going to be on the, nominees of the Academy Awards or anything this year, or even the Baeksang Awards, but this drama is absolutely worth you watching. And even if you struggle with rom-coms like I do, I'll tell you another pro. It's super watchable at double the speed. So those sections where you're like, ugh, you can still watch it and enjoy it at double speed. It won't be just an exercise of trying to get through the drama. You'll actually be following it and enjoying the story. And actually, you'll enjoy it so much more that you'll voluntarily slow down. And namely, when he's on the screen, come on. So, yeah, this drama for me right now has 4.5 stars. That's pretty high for the first 2 episodes. So what say you? Tell me what you think about this drama in the comments. Or you can head over to my Patreon. Araksarang has a Patreon. All that information is in the About section where my links live on this channel and on this podcast. In the show notes, you can find all the aforementioned information. And until then, I'll talk to you in the next drama.